Hi. Hi. Today's theme is show up even when you're a mess. Did you miss everybody? We missed everybody. How are you? It's Friday. This is the Frenchie. Oh, we need to send Granny the link. Hold on a second, because Granny Marcia wants to watch the show. So view on YouTube. Oh, it may go live. So bear with it. Continue to YouTube. So hold on one second. You may have a whoops. See, hold on. All right, this is for Granny. In the meantime, how's everybody? Say hi, because I don't know who's here. And let's send this to Marcia Morrow right now. Oh, shoot. All right, I'll figure it out. How are you? I miss you all so much. I don't, when did we go live last, Toots? I mean, it had to be like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. I think it was maybe like a year into the New Year's. So tell me how you are. Say hi. 4 people are watching. Steve Sells, how are you, my friend? You're doing all kinds of good stuff, aren't you? What's new in the fashion world? What can I wear? What do you have that I can wear? Y'all go follow Steve Sells Studio. Oh, have you guys seen those wonderful leggings that I have? Those are Steve Sells. They were fabulous. Just saying. What else is going on? I see Katie's here. Katie, is that you, honey? Did you change your name? Hi, Vicky Pope. V Poppy's here. V Poppy's here. Auntie Poppy. Poppy, how are you? What's new with you? Hi, Francine. What have you been doing? Okay, and here's what Katie says. Oh my God. Hi. I have literally missed the fuck out of you as well, too. Did you guys see Pedro Pascal on SNL this weekend? It was so funny. He's like, oh my God. I just woke up. Katie, you didn't want your coworkers to find you and think that you're crazy. Well, this is story of my life, right? Mia Voss. It's a unique name. Says Katie Capadona. God, it's such a great name. Vicky says, hi. Yes, Francine, it's good to see you. Yeah, do you fangirl on this one? This one here. So she's going back to Papa tomorrow. Kind of nice because I was going to go live, but she was going to go back to her dad's. We have exciting things going on here that you tell me what you've been up to. I'm celebrating that I'm going to Florida next week by wearing this top, just so you know. And seriously, I need to Capadona. Did I get it right? Yes. Oh, good. You are literally. You should be. Listen, this B word here. She's so funny. Look at her. She just loves the mama. She also loves the papa. So she's very selectively, but yet not selective. But she, we had to talk her into being nice because we had a visitor last week, and you actually were nice. Were you nice to Chris? Were you? So if Chris is watching, Gidget says she's sorry she was a jerk. Let's send this to Granny right now. So, I don't know when the last time I was here live again. It's like I said, I think it's been about a month, but I had been getting ready for New York. I leave for New York on Sunday, and I start work on a project in New York on Monday. Very exciting. Midtown Manhattan Hotel, getting paid to boss men around. Mm-hmm. Thanks for 500 that Mia loves, Alex. Right? Pretty exciting about that. And what else do you have going? What do you have going on? Tell me what you've been doing. You obviously saw there's been a new man here visiting. So that is Christopher Cunningham from Champaign, Illinois. That's right. Got to go hometown sometimes. And we've been having a blast. So yeah, that's the face I'm making right now. Pretty exciting. He lives in Tampa. So I'm going to see him after I go to New York next week. Katie says, so jealous. Manhattan is your home. Love. Where I'm staying. I'm staying at, sorry, I got to just make sure there's no snot in my nose. Because, we're perfectly imperfect, aren't we? That's the theme for today. Seriously, show up even when it's perfectly imperfect. And then just fake it. Seriously, just fake it. So I'm going to be staying at, yeah, that's what I said too. It was as fine as human. He is. And he's just wonderful and just emotionally intelligent. You know how we love that. So, I wish that for all of us. Right? No more frog kissing. Not that we did, but you know what I'm saying. So I will be staying at the Hyatt Centric on West 46th. And my project is on West 48th, and that's between 6th and 7th. So pretty much near Grand Central, which is so exciting. Right? That's the face I made also. So, yeah, that's what's going on. And then I will probably be in New York for my birthday next month, which is also very exciting, March 22nd. You know, all my cronies are there, all my old friends. Yeah, Katie, great location. And seriously, just really excited about starting another hotel project, which I love. So, as you all may or may not know, so TMC Services is my company, and I work with developers, and they hire me to come in and say, hey, it's the end of the project, let's see what's going on with this, how's it looking. And I am more the aesthetics and functionality person, so quality control, but just saying, this could look better based on what you all paid for. Then, of course, I do my podcast. I had one out a couple weeks ago all about organ donation, which is really great. It was a gal from the Kidney Foundation. And then I had one, I need to put that out probably tomorrow. And that one is about addiction recovery. And this guy's really interesting. He's an attorney, and he actually ended up getting addicted to not fentanyl. It's been a week and a half, and I've had my brain on man mode in the last week and a half. But anyway, he's recovering from addiction, and it's called I'll remember it in a second. Anyway, I'll post a link because it's such a great it's the start of a great series that I'm going to do. This one again is on more the uppers addiction. Then I want to do one on fentanyl. And then, of course, any kind of addiction too, just because, my God, it's such a problem in the United States, and it's demonized. And, how are people going to recover if people aren't talking about it? That's why I have the podcast. Shit, we don't talk about. John Giovanni Preto is in the house. Hey, Preto, how are you? There's Christopher. We were just talking about you. Hi. It's good to see you. And are you watching on YouTube, it looks like, Chris? Because yay. And hopefully my mom will watch too. But yes, we were just talking about you. So if your ears are burning, that's why. Katie says she left hospitality, but you loved it. You actually work for a nonprofit. Would actually love to learn about that. I'd love to learn about. Yes, please. Is this something that should be on my podcast? I think we would love that. Definitely. Look at this one here. And we'll connect online. I'm new and I don't want any real info out there. Yeah, that sounds great, sweetie. I would love that. Yep. Talk about an Italian name. What, John Giovanni Preto? Absolutely. That's my former blab hubby, right? Absolutely. All right. Tell me what's going on with you all. I've told you about Chris visiting. I've told you about the new project. I've told you about what else? About Gidget sort of being a little. Yes, found me on YouTube. Thanks, babe. Yay. No, that's perfect. And let me know if you can see it on Facebook too. So we're having a cocktail tonight. What are you all drinking? Do tell. Do tell. Let's see. Like these I kind of like. Do I like these glasses? Maybe. All right, I'm gonna try these. So yay, thank you for tuning in over there, Chris. Tell us about you. Chris is in Tampa, and like I said, I'm going to go there next week. Popey's on Facebook, which I love. Thank you for that. Popey, what are you up to? Tell me what jobs you are working on. Tell me about a podcast that you love. We've been obsessed with a lot of different things lately. Just watched the show called man, I'm blanking out. Chris, tell me what it was we watched this weekend. The one about the guy in prison, and it was Stanley Tucci. It was so good. It was on Netflix. Ooh, you're drinking sweet tea and Tito's. I just went and bought more Tito's, Chris, because we drank it all last week. Hey, Trish. Oh, Tracy, you have a fairly new puppy. Well, when the show is done, you can post a link to it here. That would be awesome. Or post a photo. That would be great. Puppy, where are you working at nowadays? You're retired for the 5th time. She just answered it. I love that. Good for you, honey. Here we go. Here the fuck we go. The Madoff thing. Did I talk to you about that a couple weeks ago? We got low grade obsessed with the Madoff thing a couple weeks ago. It's incredible. It's just so bizarre. And it's funny because I used to live in New York. So I lived actually for a time right around the corner from that building where Madoff was. It was such a huge deal about the lipstick building in Midtown Manhattan. If you haven't watched that documentary, I strongly suggest it. It is infuriating. It is Popey, it is worth watching. if you thought you knew a lot about that story, what it is, it's all interviews with different people who are involved as well. And there's interviews with him in prison. That's very eye-opening. It's infuriating. Oh God. Yeah, the lipstick building. That's what I said. Uh-huh. But it's very informative. I do think that Netflix did a fairly good job with it. There is some reenactments of people. You'll see this very, Katie, you'll know about this, and I'm not letting the cat out of the bag with this, but there's this defining moment. Chris, did I get it right? Where there's one of the first stock market crashes that I believe happened in like 1962, which I mean, most of us don't know about that per se, but um, he felt like he was owed what he took. Tracy, boom, nailed it right there. Everybody jump in on that. He had such a finely curated sense of entitlement. It was very interesting. So there's this very, again, defining moment where there's a big crash, and so his father-in-law lends him money, right? I'm judging my lip gloss. His father-in-law loans him money so that he can just pay people back quietly. Sorry, I'm adjusting the light. He can pay people back quietly without them knowing that he actually lost the money. So it was the start of this like decades-long grift of being viable in this world. Oh, honey, thank you. Chris says Inside Man with Stanley Tucci. So good. I think it's going to be a series. There's only like 4 episodes in it, but it's really interesting. Stanley Tucci was so good in that. Loved it. Katie says she grew up in the Waldorf Towers as a kid. New York City is smaller than people think. I agree. I was there for 7 years. I may have mentioned this before, was involved lightly in the world, in the Epstein world, because I worked for a company that was owned by the Limited, which is owned by Les Wexner. Les Wexner was very instrumental in Epstein becoming quite popular because Wexner just gave him all of his money to handle. And undeservedly so, from what a lot of people say. So they're all like, what did he have on Les Wexner, who's out of Ohio? Anyway, yeah, Excelente. Yeah, I agree. That's really fun. And Chris and I watched a couple shows together online too. The Entitlement was disgusting. Hey, Randy Spite, did you see me post? I tagged you in that post with the kitty. Like anything I see that's funny, like crazy kitty related, I think Claire, Randy's kitty. And thank you for my Friday feeling meme this morning. Listen to me, Katie. I agree 1,000%. Stanley Tucci is a god. He's just, I mean, he's got his Italian show, which I know you'll appreciate as well. And then he also has just been in so many different movies. The hardest one that was for me to see him in was the one about him being the serial killer. What was that show called, you guys? Where the young girl is killed in the field and Stanley Tucci is the murderer and she's coming back from heaven. It was a very upsetting book and a very upsetting movie. Somebody tell me if you remember what I'm talking about. You would do unmentionable things to Stanley Tucci. The Lovely Bones. Hello. The Lovely Bones. Stop. When he was in that, it was so upsetting. If y'all don't remember that book, I remember I was reading it in bed. I just started it, and I was married. The husband and I are getting ready to go to bed, and I'm reading this book, and all of a sudden I just put it down and just burst into like cartoon-esque tears, like flying out of my face. It was so distraught and so disturbing. And after that, I'd be like, "Hand me my book," and he'd be like, "You mean this one?" Like not tweezers, but an actual book. He would be like, "Ugh, that book, so upsetting for you." Um, okay, so Katie's got all the info today. Katie's like you, Chris. You always have wonderful anecdotal information. So that field is behind my old house in Pennsylvania. Lort. Yeah. Oof. Yeah. A lot of. Chris has got a good. Yeah. Loved him in Julie and Julia. Yes. Love that one. I actually got to meet him. Now I'm going to name drop. I did an event in New York City probably about 20 years ago. A friend of mine worked for the AIDS Foundation, and they did this fundraiser in the park. And so I got to be at this booth where I was working with all the Law and Order people. I'll find the photo. So all the SVU people, and then like Lenny, I got to meet Lenny Briscoe, and then what was his partner? Oh, the super cute one. Okay, they were all cute, I think, right? So anyway, and so was Lenny Briscoe. He was just so cute. So, and loved him in Devil Wears Prada. Absolutely. He was so good. But I have a picture with him years ago, and he's just this short little thing and just the sweetest guy. And that was my brush with Stanley Tucci. I would have kissed him for you, Katie, but on the cheek because he's not really my type. I think he's super cute. You would literally die if you met Stanley Tucci. You would stutter and get shy. I kind of did. I kind of did. Yes, and I did meet the two people from Law and Order SVU. So Elliot Stabler, Christopher, what's his name? Who now everybody is like calling him like the ultimate daddy. Super, super nice. They were all super cute. You say short. Yes, he is. So I'm 5'7", and I think he was like, here, not that much taller than me. I'll try and find a picture. It was super cute. Yeah, he's totally your type, Italian. You dig him. But isn't he fun? And I love his story. Chris, I think I was telling you about that his wife had died of cancer and now he is remarried and like super happy, but went through a lot too. I dig him. Anyway, the Inside Man is definitely really good. And he is an evil but lovable character in this. Go figure. Katie says, Katie got the comments. Stanley Tucci is a daddy, but Jeff Goldblum is the ultimate daddy. Nothing is better than the whole meme of Jeff Goldblum laying back, a la Jurassic Park with the shirt open. He's something else, isn't he? Doesn't he have a show too, where he's wearing like super zany outfits? I actually said awkwardly in a staff meeting the other day, I can't pick my father, but I can pick my daddy. I think everyone was like, "Wait, what?" Brundlefly, Chris, you're on it. That's awesome. That is so, yeah, right. Oh my gosh, she was so good in that movie. Like, oof, I got in the pod and something else was in there. Whoops. All right, listen, who would like a tuning fork? I can't find my little tuning fork thing, so I'm using my brush. Chris, you got some good tuning fork the other day. You ready? Would you like a tuning fork? Here we go. It's on. Could you hear that little blinging noise, by the way? Remember the other day, Chris, when I was like, I keep talking to Chris. Listen, he was just here. He just left yesterday. So I'm still on the case, right? And I see you next week. Even Katie. Honey, my dad is dead. Oh, honey. Yes, Brundlefly was excellent. Excellent. All right, here we go. So I can't find my little thing, but this will work just as well. Ready? It's got a new sound to it. Okay, one more? One more, you say? Okay. You were in my living room. Come back. Chris, I'm getting ready for Florida by wearing this kooky top. I think I got this maybe I got it, Ross. I can't remember. Anyway, would you like to bong breathe maybe? Wouldn't that be lovely? Okay. All right. Get your butt all situated. And are you ready? It's going to be good for you. I think there was a lot of big energy. So 2 weeks ago was the full moon. I mean, it's always something. You know that. And I wish Andy was here. Andy Lyons, my friend Andy, go follow her. She has a twice weekly show. That's not bi-weekly, is it? It's twice weekly. And she interviews founders of all different types of amazing businesses. She just did a great show today. She had one on Tuesday. One was about a woman that was formerly homeless in a domestic violence situation. Now she's helping get kids educated, all kinds of good stuff. Anywho, here we go. Take a deep breath. Hold it in like a big bong hit. Let it out. Let that shit go. So Andy was saying something was going on. So there are no planets in retrograde right now, but there's just definitely a lot of big energy. And that was a wonderful full moon. No, that was actually this past weekend. And I think it is very Florida. And I'm going to be in, is it Bradenton and Palmetto and then Tampa, seeing a lot of different friends, hanging out with Chris. That's all I'm doing. Yep, I'm into. So it is definitely Florida. All right, let's do one more bong breath. Ready? Hold it in. Teats up. It is a mini Wim Hof. It is. God. So Chris, were you were doing Wim Hof breathing before too? So I had this wonderful experience at the end of last year when I did the somatic breathing with a little mushroom microdose. And yes, he is, Gretchen. And a little mushroom microdose, and then the somatic breathing when you do like a breath in your stomach, a breath in your chest, in and out, and you just do that repeatedly, and it can really be a game changer. It's really interesting. I do a 10-minute one that's pretty interesting, and it feels like it would be impossible to do, especially because there's a part of it too where you breathe out and hold your breath on that, and that's very challenging. um, well, this is pretty new. Thank you though, and thank you. We are both pretty excited. We grew up in the same hometown together, but he's a Centennial grad. I'm a Central grad. So, we've gotten over that. And he's class of 82 and I'm class of 83. Mm. Thank you, Gretchen. How are you, love? Gorgeous woman. Are you still doing Threads Worldwide jewelry? By the way, I don't have any. Oh, I do. No, I have some threads on here. Threads Worldwide, you all know I've interviewed the founders of them for Threads several times. Fair trade jewelry, all the jewelry is designed by people in all over the world, and it's keeping them out of slavery, out of poverty, out of domestic violence situations because they can make their own money. That's why I love Threads. I'll post a link to it too. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to tell you about. Nothing else exciting. Of course, I have exciting, but if there's any other shows that I've seen. So yes, the Madoff one. Chris, what was the one about the artwork? What was it called? I keep wanting to say Catch Me If You Can, but it was, oh my gosh, it was so eye-opening about this woman who's selling these fake, like Lichtensteins, I think, paintings and all these more the modern art painting, and just like totally scammed the whole art world. Millions and millions of dollars people were buying and selling this fake artwork, which was actually quite easy to pinpoint, and still, yeah, made you look. God, can I see? Literally, this is why I like having Chris. You're really good with facts too. Like, I have half a brain. I'm like, what was that thing with the show, with the part, with the guy? And he'll be like, yeah, it's made you look. It's really good. And that's a documentary. It's a couple years old. You're doing great. You say you're still buying Threads. I know a lot of folks on here love, love, love Threads. So thank you for doing that. Vicky Pope, V Pope. Oh, hey, Anna. How are you, honey? Good to see you. Poppy says she is deep into Last of Us and that's apocalyptic, but good. Well, you had me apocalyptic. If you know me, if you know, I love apocalypse. I can't even say it. I've only had 2 sips of this cocktail. Well, it's Pedro Pascal. I watched the first episode. No, yes, I watched the first episode. Very well done. Definitely grim, right? I've heard the 3rd episode, and there's someone very specific that's on the episode. I heard like as a one-off. That's really good. What are your thoughts on that? It's on HBO. Yes. And Pedro Pascal was on SNL this past weekend. Hilarious. If you haven't seen it, he's so funny. And he does a cold open. He's like, yeah, most people that go on HBO watch things like, do a show like White Lotus where they're in some resort and having a grand old time. And he's, out in the middle of this. And it looks very realistic, the apocalyptic part to it. I heard that it is a bit controversial because of the whole deal with mushrooms, and people are kind of mad about mushrooms, right? Is that I'm like, and it makes sense because they kind of do have that whole thing. Oh, sweetie, I just got your text. You couldn't find my live stream. Will you do me a favor and go look on Facebook and see if you can find it? Because that is kind of weird that you can't find my live streams on Facebook, because clearly we're friends. I don't know, right? You're fangirling on Pedro. I need to find you this Twitter or this tweet of Pedro Pascal doing this whole thing. He's like, they're all like, don't do drugs. And he goes, without me, which is so funny. He's so funny, right? Anna says she's pretty good. Glad this week is over. Did you have a lot going on this week? But yeah, tell me what's going on with you. Poppy says, well, are they really shrooms? Well, I've been doing a lot. I'm mad. You're mad about mushroom chocolate, and he doesn't mean angry. He means he really likes it as well too. Yes, Yeah, that was fun. Because I started originally with the mushroom chocolate at the somatic breathing. I highly recommend it. I'm just saying, hi, Bay. Bay. What happened today, Bay? Today, I had to get new tires on the car. I'll have to talk to you about that. And today was pretty good. Just getting ready for New York, y'all. So excited. So, if you know anybody that's in the New York area, which I'm going to see Brandon next week, really excited about that. A lot of different people that I know. I'm probably going to see Drew, who was my podcast producer. And then I'm going to be there for my birthday next month. Right, Chris? Chris is going to be there too. Just a long ass week. Well, I'm sending you some good energy. Would you like a little tuning fork? And Bay, how's it going with you? Post any links, by the way. What do you have going on that we should promote? Let me know. It's a little harsh, isn't it? Right? When am I going to be in New York? Well, I'll be there all next week. And that I'm going to be there at least 4 or 5 times more because, girl, flying in on the 19th. Hold that thought. I will be there about 4 or 5 more times working on this construction project. So, y'all, Stan Amira is here. Yay, Chris, you found it. All right, babe. Let's see. You're going to be there for President's Weekend. When is that? So I am leaving on Sunday and I fly out next Saturday morning, and that is the 18th. So I think that's that weekend. Shoot. Dang it all. You'll be flying in on the 19th. Yeah, babe, I fly out on the 18th. Oh, we got to get this together. Why? Oh, so you're going to be in that weekend. Well, I'm flying out. No, I'm flying out next Saturday, the 18th, but I'll be there again. And Mira, do you think you'll be back again with all your moving and all that? So if you don't know Santa Mira, you guys know I do that J Goot live stream, Just Get Out of Town, the J Goot Village. So if you want to start traveling a lot more, you have to go watch this live streams. It's every Monday. And then Mira is one of our travel experts. This broad can travel. She can, and I love her. You'll be there on the 17th? Okay. Yay. Well, I should be done on my project. I'm going to see Brandon for cocktails, my former intern, who's now kicking the world's ass. He's working with Radio City Music Hall, which I love. So, yay. I would love that. Anna says, oh, Lord, the car was in the shop 3 times in January. It's better now. Your car's name is Betty. It's a white Pontiac Cruiser, 2003. I have a 2006 red Lexus IS 250, I think, something like that. Oh, Stephanie, you've been on my mind. How are you, fabulous woman? I hope your next was at 40th surgery. Big 40, honey. Y'all follow Stephanie. Stephanie posts links to what you are doing. I know, where were you at recently? And I saw your post about the fencing. I thought that was a really cool photo shoot too. And I love you too, gal. I really do. I do. And Stephanie was originally with a travel group, but she was having, you're in the operating room now? Oh, y'all, let's stop right now and send Stephanie some wonderful energy. Are you ready? Let's take a deep bong breath in, and then we're going to all send it. And she is, I believe, in Sydney right now. Are you in Sydney, hon? Ready? Bong breath for Stephanie. Deep breath in. Send all that positive energy up your teats. And over to Stephanie. Yes. Oh, honey, keep me posted on that and tell me what you are up to now. Because I want to know. I know you've been traveling quite a bit and you've been a brand ambassador for a lot. You're training for the Paralympics. Yes. God dang. So, when I was leaving and I hope you don't mind, Stephanie, I'll just tell your story very quickly. You were traveling a lot with Jozu, which was a travel app, an app for keeping women safe. And if y'all remember, I went to Jamaica a couple years ago and did this promo, and that was with Stephanie's company. And then unfortunately, she contracted a very unusual malaria. I believe it's sort of unusual. And then yet Wonder Safe, right. And Stephanie Veshley, she's now in her 40th surgery, but initially lost your toes and then had both your feet amputated. And you've been doing this wonderful work for also for people that have new prosthetics. So really appreciate you taking us along on that journey, because it was really, it's been hard, but I love all the people that are around you that are are still helping you. Wonder Safe is still operating. All right, great. Will you post some links or I'll find some too? You had cerebral malaria. And I remember you were saying, I think you were in Boston and like ready to head home and then just everything took over. So did you do a TED talk? I would love to see a TED talk or your TED talk if you did one. Here's the bit.ly for that. Thank you. There it is. TEDx talk. I knew it. Yay. Oh, honey, I love that. Y'all go and support Stephanie. Go check out Wonder Safe. We're sending you some great energy for your surgery. Yeah, Bae, thank you. You're saying, oh my, Stephanie, and congratulations on Paralympics. And I'm assuming that is in fencing. Such a badass. Yeah, she is a rock star. I'm glad you popped in, honey. You've been on my mind too. I knew you had a lot going on. And that new photo shoot you did was beautiful. Drinks for you, babe. Keep me posted. I'd love to have you come on the podcast afterwards. I've been really thinking about you, about coming on and talking about, anything to do with, prosthetic limbs and the things that you deal with, the shit we don't talk about. I'm sure you have a litany of things that you could discuss with us. So I appreciate that. Yes, love you, girl. Oh, good. And you have, there's the bit.ly, which I love. So that's your full story of your recovery. Thanks, honey. Wheelchair fencing, fucking badass. Golly. Anna says, my sister-in-law used prosthetic legs, knees down, and for 3 fingers, illness about 5 years ago, stomach bug. Interesting. See, I think there's a lot of different stories that people have. There's always invisible disabilities, which I've talked about on my podcast as well, but definitely for, these open things that people can openly also discriminate against you, right? Yes, you're welcome for the love. I appreciate it. All right. Anything else we have going on, y'all, that I need to know about? Because I will not be live next Friday. I will be hanging out with Brandon, and it looks like I'll be hanging out with Gretchen too. And oh gosh, I'm so sorry I don't get to see you, Mira, when you're there because she's moving, which is wonderful. Yes, I'm glad you're sharing. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. And I did not realize that Wonder Safe. So thank you for reminding me of that too. The Wonder Safe was going. Ashley, do you have any links to any cool stuff that you're doing? I know you all have a big love for a lot of stuff. So I will post a link to my podcast. It's coming out. Ooh, cousin's here. Oh, cuz, I got you. Day 10 for you. Day 10 today. I love you, cuz. You got this. Let's do a bong breath for my cousin Nicholas, whom I love, love, love. My baby cousin. Deep breath in for Nicholas. Hold it in. Tits up. Sending it out to you, cuz. Yeah, I will buzz you. I want to hear what's going on with you. Absolutely. I'm really excited. I'm excited to be back in my stomping ground. I'm back in my stomping ground doing what I've been doing for the last 22 years, which is making sure that buildings are presenting themselves better and bossing men around, which I love. All right. Well, here's Gidget. Oh, here we go. All right. Are you happy we did Friday with the Frenchie again? You didn't really say much. Just tooting away down here as she is wont to do, right? So we'll see you in a couple weeks. Actually, I guess I'll be back here. So I will just be coming back from Florida. So look for me in a couple weeks, unless I stay later. Right? I will wear the hard hat proudly. Thank you. Kisses to you. T T T. Chris knows that noise. That's Gidget's noise. All right. I love y'all. We will see you in a couple weeks. All right. You want to say bye? Give me a kiss. All right. We'll see y'all. Have a great weekend. Love you. Bye.